Hey guys, what's up? V8 here. Today we're going to be taking a look at my RPK replica that I've made. This here actually started off life as a VEPR 545. It's a 20.5-inch barrel gun that I basically put an RPK furniture kit on. This was new old stock stuff. I think I had a video kind of breaking that down. But what we're going to do today is take it out and shoot it. I actually haven't done a video on it, but I've had this thing for just over a year and I haven't done a video on it, but I've shot it quite a bit. I'm also kind of tuning it and adjusting it because I made a muzzle brake for this thing, and the tuning part I'm talking about is putting holes in the gas tube to vent out the gas, because I get some gas pressure coming through the action shooting me in the eye here. But let's go ahead and take some more shots with it. I got a bunch of magazines. They're all kind of downloaded and we're going to be trying out different ones. This one here is a true RPK 74 mag. This would be, I think, this is a Russian one. This is a MOLOT one, and we got some Tapco, Polish, and as well as some other Bulgarian magazines that we will be trying out. So let's go ahead and get to it. This will be a Tapco one right here, and we're back here at the 75-yard line, or I think 80 yards or so, and taking these shots. It is kind of hazy out here today. The fog's kind of starting to set in, so it's kind of hard for me to see the targets, but I'm going to try my best. And that last little burst that you guys heard there was something else that I wanted to show you guys. That's actually a trigger that I made for this gun. It's clear here. Let's make sure it's clear. Basically what I did is I made an over travel adjustment screw that goes through the center of the trigger right there. And what it does is let me check it one more time. What it does here is that when I pull the trigger, it limits the over travel. Let's see if I can show you guys without blocking the back view. So it limits the over travel, and then for the hammer to catch the trigger again, it's only a little bit of movement versus having all this room here for that slop. Makes it a little bit easier to bump fire. I don't bump fire that much all too often, but sometimes if you're holding the rifle a little light, not light, I guess if you're not grasping it tight enough and you're holding on to it, it can kind of bump on you. So, you know, that can happen with that. Let's see if I guys get you the whole picture here in the frame. So yeah, that's the trigger modification that I did there. It's kind of something I made up. I really didn't see anybody else make it or anything like that. I just kind of got the idea and I made it. Let's go ahead and take some more shots here before it gets too dark. We're going to try the Polish steel magazine here. I like the steel one. I actually like the way the steel one looks versus the polymer, the plastic type, which I'll show you in a second. We have some Bulgarian ones there. Alright, and sometimes it inadvertently does that, but with the muzzle brake that I made for it, which is basically the RPK 74 style muzzle brake, literally with a washer welded onto the front of it. It hasn't blown out yet, and I'm pretty sure it won't, but it's causing a lot of back pressure right now. I can still feel some gases shooting back, so I'll have to work on that. But with my eye protection, which you guys should be also wearing when you're shooting, it's not too big of an issue. Something I wanted to show you guys here, let's go ahead and zoom out. Something I want to show you guys here is I actually got some night sights for it. I think these are East German night sights, and they just kind of clip onto the front sight post. Before I do that, I should check this. Can't be too cautious, right? Especially when we're working with live ammo here. But we got that night sight there. It's folding kind of deal. It holds sitting up there. It does hold up. And so you're the back. Clips on the rear drum. These VEPRs have the drum rear back here, which gives you the windage adjustment as well as the elevation on them. And for the rear sight here, it folds up and you can see how that night sight works. So a little bit more about this rifle in particular. This is actually imported by Wolf Performance Ammunition. I think it will say WPA right there. I don't know if you guys could read that. Of course, this is a MOLOT VEPR rifle. The interesting thing about this gun right here is that the buttstock and the actually all the wood furniture here you're seeing, as well as the that magazine, the 45 round magazine, all came from MOLOT at one point in time, different time periods at least. The furniture here was new old stock, and so it was never drilled or anything like that, never even installed. And I actually just put it together. You know, it was a lot of hand fitting to put together. It was a nice project. Really, it's the first time I actually hand fitted any kind of wooden furniture to a firearm, and it was kind of a fun process, but also a tedious one. And especially because I had to make some custom pieces here for this to get this RPK furniture to fit on here. This here, what you're seeing, this handguard retainer, you won't see that anywhere. Nobody actually makes anything like that to my knowledge. I've taken two different pieces and made this work. This is a Sega 12 handguard retainer, and this here, this band clamp that you're kind of seeing there is a, I think it's from a Caroline Shooter Supply handguard kit or something like that. You can actually buy that barrel clamp there, and so I made it all work, and it's been holding up. It's very solid. I certainly trust it. I can hang a sling off of it if I want to. I don't have any problems with that or anything like that. Very solid mount. So, which is the only kind of oddball thing about it, that it's you know, it does look like an RPK. You know, you got to have the magazine though in here to make sure it's empty, right? But you got to have that magazine in there to make it look like, you know, the RPK 74. Otherwise, it just doesn't look the same without that magazine. But it's just an awesome rifle. I love this finish. The shellac finish is the iodine color finish on it. It's the only wood gun that I personally own, that, you know, myself. My brother has some too, but this is the only wood one that I have, and I'm taking very good care of it, although I shouldn't really care about it. The pistol grip though is handmade. I made the pistol grip. It's not something I bought or anything like that. It's very custom. It's this very fat, wide grip. It has a design pattern of it takes a design pattern from another type of grip, one that I like, and I put a thumb shelf on here. And let's go ahead and shoot some more, and I'll show you the other feature of that grip. So this would be a Bulgarian Circle. This is Circle 21 magazine. Alright, so if you guys notice that, you know that I'm living in, you guys know that I'm living in the state of California, and you can't really have a standard mag release on a rifle with a pistol grip. But in this case, what I got here is a grip wrap, which you probably can see now, but if I was holding at a different angle, you won't notice that. There is actually a piece of plexiglass right there. And let's go ahead and make sure we're clear here. So you can see that plexiglass, and what that does is it prevents my thumb from going around, because apparently the legislators here in California, they know that a criminal would never install a bullet, or they would install a bullet button on their gun. And you know, whereas the rest of us law-abiding citizens, we want to, you know, abide the law, so we're going to put on the bullet button or a grip wrap or something like that, so we're in compliance. So here I just have a piece of plexiglass. I couldn't come up with a better mounting system, but these I think are stainless steel screws that I tried painting black, but they obviously wore the paint off. But I think it looks good, because from a distance you guys can't really tell. Like I said, gotta have this magazine. It doesn't look like an RPK without it. But from a distance, you guys can't really even tell that's there. And one of the good things about this grip, that I can actually hang on to it with this thumb shelf that I made for it. So I can hang on to the gun with one arm right here and shoulder it, right? So whereas most guns, if you guys have ever seen any of the grip wraps, you can't even hang on to the gun because this thumb shelf isn't there, and it really helps quite a bit. So, and on this gun, I kind of figured, you know, it's an RPK type, you know, it's an RPK clone, or a replica, actually. You gotta have the standard mag release. The AK bullet button mag release they make is just absolutely horrible. You can't change a magazine for shit. So, you know, I had to do that. Now, we're gonna go ahead and take some prone shots with this, because that's where this gun shines, you know, with this heavy bipod on the front, which is just a clamp-on deal. You know, it's the best you could do without rebarreling this thing with a $500-something true, you know, real RPK 74 barrel, which is what I want to kind of get into next, about the clone versus replica deal. You guys heard me kind of throw on each term and correct myself and say it's a replica, not a clone. Clone would be more 100% authentic, or sorry, 100% exactly the same, whereas this, there's a lot of things on it that aren't the same. So it's more of a replica, you know, kind of my attempt at making one. And just because of the way the laws are, and actually it's how much it costs too, I had to go this route and do it this way, which I think came out great. So let's go ahead and we'll take some. As you guys probably saw there, you guys could probably see those sparks flying off there. It is getting darker, so it's easier to see that. Of course, this ammunition is that banned ammunition, the surplus corrosive stuff. Magazines here, which was awesome while it lasted. I mean, you got I think you could get it for like 18 cents a round or something like that. Now I think it's closer to 20 to 25 depending on where you're looking at. So it's not as attractive as it was before. I actually purchased this when it was cheaper, thinking that it'd be around for a long time, but prices kind of went up, but it's getting close to 7.62 by 39. So it's not really a total loss because it's not more expensive than 7.62. It just means that I have to expand my my purchases out to also picking up 5.45 whenever I can. It's an awesome cartridge. It's a really good one, especially if you want to shoot a light recoiling AK type rifle. It's really good. The only thing, yeah, of course, it is corrosive. I've actually shot, I think, 300-400 rounds through this thing. Haven't cleaned it. Actually, I think it's closer to 500 right now. Never cleaned it. I never even cleaned the bore or anything. I didn't even clean the action. Actually, all I've done is just put some white lithium grease on the rails, and that's it. Haven't really done much else to it. So, you know, it's pretty solid. Of course, you know, it's AK, so it's gonna be solid, reliable type action and whatnot. Before it gets a little darker, we're gonna go ahead and finish off our last few magazines. I know you guys are probably also wondering about how I was able to get these other magazines to work. This is the factory 10-round magazine. There's only 5 rounds in here right now. But just all you have to do to get these other magazines to work is do a bullet guide conversion on there. Very simple, very easy to do. I think there's plenty of videos on YouTube showing you guys how to do that. Very simple deal there. So yeah, if you want to get these other magazines to work, it's not that hard at all. So I wouldn't let that be a turnoff if you're looking for one of these Of course, I think these are getting a little bit harder to find right now. We're of course in February 2015, and there was that ban on Russian guns, so it might be a little bit harder. And I picked this up, I think, well, I picked this up before that happened, so it was a little bit cheaper then, so you might have a harder time now, but nonetheless you can probably find them here and around. Hopefully we get those guns back in soon. I can't really see anything now. It's getting dark quick. I got a couple more magazines. Got another Tapco here. You know, it just occurred to me that I never even talked about the weight of this thing. It's almost about 10 pounds. A little bit hard to stand and shoot with this type of, you know, setup here, but it can be done. So yeah, it is a little heavy. That's why when I was shooting laying down, you saw I was pretty much connecting with most of the shots, even though it's hard for me to see using these, you know how the AK type sights are. And when it's kind of low light situation with the fog rolling in, it gets even harder. Let's go ahead and kneel down, take the last mag like that. Alright, we got one more mag here. And that's it right there. Go ahead and check its empty. I think, yeah, that was all the mags that I had loaded up. So that was the video for you guys. Just kind of want to take out my RPK replica and show you guys, you know, introduce you to it, show you what I did. I'm really proud of this gun because it started off looking like it was an unfinished VEPR with the wood furniture was in no condition at all. It was actually cracked. Brand new, of course, and turned it into this. Really proud of it. It's kind of the very first type of gun that I actually, you know, did some actual work to. But I'm always tinkering around with guns anyways. So yeah, this is why one of my prized possessions. It's not that expensive, but it's, you know, it means a lot to me. So if you guys have any comments, of course, any questions, please leave them down below in the comment section. I do read them all. Other than that, that was the video for you guys today. The VEPR / RPK 74 replica. Alright guys, talk to you next time. V8 Merc, signing out.